another Flower Fix tutorial. I'm Monica Starr. Today we're going to be talking about what to do when you have a beautiful arrangement of flowers that are at the end of their life. One or two blooms still look relatively good, but some of the others are past their prime. I don't want you to take and dump this whole vase of flowers out. That's so sad and disappointing. I want to give you some tools and techniques to really stretch the life of all your flowers. Now, when we've got these couple blooms left over from a previous arrangement, the gut reaction is always to snip them off and dump them into a small little container like this. That's a great solution. It would be fun to have this on a bedside table with a bright bloom to, start and stop your day. But I want to show you a fun little technique that I learned that really adds a cool element to not only these flowers' lives, it gives you an opportunity to use a clear glass bowl, candy dish, and is a fun centerpiece that will give people that stop by your house something to talk about. I'm starting this arrangement by using some covered wire. You can order this from Flower Fix. You can also get it at most craft stores. Now there's a really coarse wire inside. I'm no rhyme or reason here. I'm just coiling. Make sure that every once in a while you twist your design so that it's locked together. As you can see, this is starting to take shape. I need this wire frame to exceed the edges of my glass bowl, so I need to keep working on it. Depending on what you're doing at home, whether you're using a kit from Flower Fix or your own special bowl or candy dish, you may or may not need to keep designing beyond this. All right, I have this about the size that I want. I'm gonna place it down on my table, flatten it out, push those wires down. I'm going to cut off the end, curl it, tuck it around, and then I'm going to lay this little grid work right on top of my clear container. You could simply leave it lay on top like that. I'm going to try to make this container look as if it came with a frame on top of it. So I'm going to press down the edges. Really funky way to transform a simple glass container. And a wonderful grid to place these little blooms right on top. So, left over from my arrangement, I had a cymbidium, this cool ranunculus, a Gerber daisy, hypericum, some trick, and some odds and end leaves. I'm going to start by basing this. I'm going to weave in. All right, I like the way that's looking. That little leaf didn't want to go how I wanted. Beauty of this frame, it's wire. You can manipulate it and force your blooms to stay the way you want. Next, I'm just going to lay one nice dark green leaf, a salal stem, down. I'm going to remove anything that I don't want in the container. Place this in. Maybe I'm going to place this in underneath that wire. Tuck him down. He's a nice base for my next step. One stem of green trick. Tuck him in right there. This interesting linear amaranthus, so fun. Give him a fresh snip so that he can drink some water. Continue the line of my lily grass. kind of coming across. The cool thing about this in an arrangement, the amaranthus could be rolled around, interwoven with your wire frame, or you can use it the way I am to kind of drape over the side of the container. And as you can see there, I've got my base with the greenery. I'm gonna pop in my focal flowers, which is this Gerber daisy. Wonderful thing about using a Gerber daisy like this, it's really cut short, and because its stem doesn't have to bring the water up very far to hydrate the bloom, you're gonna get the most life possible out of this Gerber daisy by using it in an application like this. I'm gonna tuck in this purple burgundy ranunculus, so pretty right now. And this arrangement even calls for being able to use the buds that haven't opened yet. Give it a little dimension and curve. Got 2 of those, so I'm gonna tuck them in. Again, if there was any foliage that would have touched the water, I would remove that. Oh, so cool. I'm going to rest this Cymbidium orchid, which is already in a water tube, but this arrangement would allow for him not even being in a water tube. So if you have a long stem of Cymbidium orchids that a bloom breaks off, you could just tuck his stem straight in there. I'm loving how this arrangement came together. And finally, I want to put in a couple little stems of this berry. Now, when I had it originally in the arrangement it came from, I used the entire stem because it was a taller arrangement. But with this small little low vase, I think I can go ahead and divide one stem into 2 because it's going to be tucked in and able to drink water. Another cool thing about separating stuff out, you get life and different uses out of the same bloom. Oh, yay! So there you have it. Great way to use the clear glass vases and bowls that sit in your china cabinet that you don't know exactly what to do with them. Great way to repurpose some flowers that were in a larger arrangement or that you just ordered as a kit from Flower Fix. This arrangement is going to last an incredibly long time. Again, the stems are short. They don't have to draw water up to the blooms very far. You're going to get the most life out of them as possible. This would be beautiful sitting in the center of a dinner table. It wouldn't take up a bunch of space. You could see and talk to guests over it, but it would also be really fun on an entry table as a set it and forget it arrangement that you can do as a hostess, have for the entire week. I hope you enjoyed this fun Flower Fix tutorial. I can't wait to see you next time.